Good afternoon, everybody. It's Rashida Strober. I am the world's first and only dark skin activist. I started dark skin activism, which is the first platform for dark skin, way back in 1998, and am the first person in recorded history to start a platform for the eradication of dark skin discrimination, colorism, which I call Darkism. I started in 98 before anybody thought about talking about dark skin, except for a woman named Cola Booth. She's the only person I'll ever give credit to because she's viable. A lot of people have plagiarized, copied my work, but there's only one dark skin activist that started it all. And you're listening to that person, me, yours truly, Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skin activist. Now, real quickly, I want to let everybody know that right now I'm going through a legal battle with because of dark skin activism, because of my work with dark skin activism, with a person that has incited a lot of violence against me. And I have a court date set up for next month, and I am raising funds to help me with my legal expenses. And I want to ask everybody that's in the sound of my voice to help me because this person has broken the law. I've done nothing wrong. I simply went about the business of dark skin activism that I've been doing for years before there was the social media. And this person just attacked me and caused a lot of problems in my life with violence, death threats, all kinds of unnecessary things that should not have taken place. So I ask that you would go to my Cash App, which is $rashidalala. Once again, my Cash App is $rashidalala, and please go and make a contribution. I have to have my legal fees taken care of before my court date, which is next month. So I'm asking everybody in the sound of my voice to make a contribution. Now, also, I want to invite you to go to my website, which you guys can see on my on the screen right now. It's darkskinactivist.com. Once again, it is darkskinactivist.com, and you can go here and you can find out more information about the very unique work that I do. The first of its kind. I offer darkism and colorism counseling. You can book a session with me. Also, I do live streams on my website from time to time. I will be doing a live stream performance of some of my creative works, including my play, A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. And if you scroll on down to the bottom, you can see that I have my book, Token Dark Girl, the Hit Dark Girl of the Moment, available. I also have written other books. I've written more books on dark skin than anybody in the world. My book, Token Dark Girl, is the most recent one. I also wrote a book called Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against. And I just got to say that I'm happy that this form of darkism exists. But you can get my book, Darkism. You can also get my book, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, How to Be the Hottest Dark-Skinned Chick on the Planet. My books are $40 each if you buy them directly from me. So you can go to my Cash App, $rashidalala. If you cannot afford to purchase the book, guess what? You can get a free ebook copy of my book, Darkism, by simply signing up at the website. Okay? So those are some of the freebies that I have for you. Make sure you go to my website, darkskinactivist.com, and check out my work. It's groundbreaking. It's the first of its kind. I'm the first to do it. I've been doing this work since 1998. Brought the first dark skin / colorism platform online in 2009. Totally unique, totally innovative. And so go check out my website and my work. Soon, I want to let you guys know that I'm going to be performing A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge and one of my other creative works real soon. And I will be releasing all that information on my website, darkskinactivist.com. So make sure you guys are following me. You can become a member of the website as well. So follow me on my website, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on, Facebook, my social media. But the most important thing is to go to my website, darkskinactivist.com. So I started dark skin activism back in 1998 because nobody was talking about the big elephant in the room that happens to dark skinned people, and that's being discriminated against simply for being dark skinned. And I had experienced it as a child growing up, and I saw nobody talking about it. There was no dark skin activist. And so I decided to become the person that I wanted to see. And I created dark skin activism in 1998, before there was social media, before there was YouTube, from my heart and soul and my own experience as a dark skinned person growing up. And so now that is the backdrop of why I'm coming to you to discuss this, because I just ran across this article on my timeline and I said to myself, wow, look at this. And this is a time, and y'all know I advocate against darkism hard, very heavy. But this is a time that I'm not going to advocate against darkism. I'm not. This is a time where this is probably will be one of the only times, okay? One of the only times that you'll hear me say, I'm happy for the existence of darkism. Now, let me say this, and I'm going to go to the article here. I ran across this article on my timeline about Jeffrey Epstein, the financier that abused a ton of underage girls. Let me say this before I even get started. I detest any type of abuse of underage children. I don't care what color they are. They could be white, black, brown, yellow. I detest all forms of abuse against any color of children that are, you don't do that. And this guy, Jeffrey Epstein, a complete and utter disgrace. So let me just preface everything I'm saying with that. I don't condone no abuse. I don't care what color they are. This is wrong. But I just had to talk about this because it ran across my timeline, and it's an instance of where darkism actually works in dark-skinned females' favor. So this comes from the Daily Mail, and the article is entitled "Exclusive: The Girls Couldn't Be Black. Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell ordered victim Virginia Giuffre to recruit young white girls, and if they weren't, they had to be exotically beautiful, unsealed docs reveal." So this is the article right here that was released by the Daily Mail today. I just ran across it on my timeline. And again, folks, this is an instance where I'm actually going to say I'm glad that darkism existed. I don't see how anybody could be offended by this form of darkism. Okay. Let's read a little bit of this. It says a trove of court documents were unsealed Thursday. And by the way, real quickly, most people, well, I don't want to say most people, but a lot of people know about what went down with Jeffrey Epstein, this very wealthy white man that was abusing underage young girls. And he got away with it for a long time. And he ended up, because of his wealth and obviously his white privilege, but he ended up finally getting charged. There was like a sweetheart deal that he had gotten back in 2008 that violated the victim's rights. And basically, when you do wrong to people, it's always going to come back on you anyway. So that's just what it is. He ended up going to jail. I think was it 2019, guys? And he ended up, they say he's committed suicide. That's the official story. Some people don't think that that's what happened, but they say he committed suicide. So he never stood trial. And now his one-time girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, I think that's how you pronounce her name, has been charged with, I believe, about 6 counts. And it's all revolving around the abuse of these underage girls. So here's the thing. Whatever you do wrong to people, it's going to come back on you. And, it's just absolutely astounding what this man, what he did. It was wrong. And he couldn't even stand up and face the music. And it just goes to show you one thing I said, because I reported on this story before when his one-time girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, when they arrested her, I said, you know what, look at these rich, powerful people that have privilege, white privilege, if they can be finally taken down because of the wrongs that they've done, why can't other people? You understand? So this story, when I saw this story, I was like, wow, I got to talk about this because this is a time where I'm actually going to support Darkism. So I'm sorry about what's going on here on this website, but let's see if we can, let's see. A trove of court documents were unsealed Thursday and include a transcript of a three-way call between Virginia Giuffre and her lawyers. In the call, she detailed that Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell specifically told her not to recruit. They couldn't be black. The girls couldn't be black. Okay? They couldn't be black. That's basically what this article, and I'm going to drop the article. Give me a second here. I am going to drop the article in the chat box so you guys can go and read the article for yourselves. It's right there. Well, looks like I can't drop the article there. I don't know what's going on with the chat box, but it looks like I cannot drop the article there, but that's okay because you guys could go and read it for yourself. It's the Daily Mail. All it is a simple Google, and you're going to see it right there. But this is a time that proves Andre 3000, I guess you didn't listen to what I just said. And this is what I don't like. You know, people always hear what they want to hear. Even though you say something out of your mouth and you're clearing your stance, you coming on here and you're not listening to what I said. I clearly said that I am against the abuse of children, no matter what color. I'm just going to pause. I ain't going to say nothing else for a minute. Now unpause. And I'm going to say it again, probably for like the 10th time. I am against anyone preying on children of any color. Now I'm going to pause. Now I'm going to keep going because I know that even though I just clearly stated that, there's going to be simple-minded people on here that even though I'm saying that I'm against people preying on children of any color, you're going to still come on here and make ignorant statements that don't make sense in light of what I just stated about 10 times. But what you're not going to do is derail me from the point that I'm making, because I'm the dark-skinned activist. And I see this through the eyes and the lens of the dark-skinned activist. I'm going to say it again. I am glad that Jeffrey Epstein discriminated or practiced darkism against dark-skinned girls, because dark-skinned girls, a ton of dark-skinned girls' lives were saved by him, or should I say, by him practicing darkism. So for that, I want to say thank you, Jeffrey Epstein. Thank you for not destroying the lives of young Black girls. Thank you. Thank you. Okay? Let me just go ahead and get this person out of here because I'm not going to tolerate this foolishness. I know what I just said, and I said it for the umpteenth time. So we'll just go ahead and just go, because I ain't got time for that. Clearly, I've stated that I'm against children being preyed on of any race. And that's like the 11th time I said it. But simple-minded people want to try to take me off my point, and it's not going to work. In this instance, being dark-skinned worked in the favor of Black girls, Black females. And I'm glad about that, because we already faced the hurdle of being dark-skinned. Society has made dark-skinned an impediment and a problem. Dark skin, intrinsically, being dark skin is not a problem. It's not an impediment. It's what God made you to be. But society has said, oh, dark skin, there's something wrong with dark skin. Okay, so we are already facing an uphill battle. We're already facing, let me see here, put the camera back on him. We're already facing an uphill battle. You understand? We're already going through hardships in life that make our life way more difficult than a non-dark skinned person. And so I just feel like I'm glad that this was not another impediment. So I thank you, Jeffrey Epstein, for not contributing to dark-skinned women, Black women's oppression. Thank you. I'm appreciative of that. I'm happy. And at the same token, I want to say, probably for the 12th time, I am against and saddened by the exploitation and abuse of any race of child. Any race. I don't care what race you are. You don't have a right to go around abusing children. You don't have a right to do that. And it's just a horrifying thing. And the thing is, it's like there's so with this guy is so much proof. In the justice system, sometimes you got Black men that have been accused of crimes like this, and they don't get their just due, and people be lying on them. And because they're poor and they can't afford attorneys, they are accused of things that they really didn't do. But in this case, it's the reverse. This guy is guilty. He did it, and he got away with it because of all his money and his white privilege. And it's just appalling. So it's like, I feel for the Black men who have been accused and not guilty, but they ain't got no money. But this person, he's actually guilty, got plenty of money, and got away. But he really didn't get away, because look what ended up happening to him. So it's just a terrible thing. And like I said, dark-skinned people, man, we face so much discrimination. Our life is so difficult and so hard. I know my life has been hard as hell. I done caught all kinds of hell throughout life, simply for being dark-skinned, simply for being born not the right color. You got to go through, man, everything in life, from getting a job to getting, housing, education, anything in life that you need to feel comfortable, that will make a human being feel comfortable. It's harder for you when you are dark skinned. And please do not come telling me about these outliers that got a little bit of money, because that's a super small percentage in comparison. Don't come telling me about the teeny tiny percentage of Black people, and even tinier percentage of dark-skinned Black people with money. Please stop. Because that, we're talking about the aggregate. When you start looking at the numbers, you realize that it is minuscule. It's a drop in the bucket. So please, we're not going to go there and talk about, oh, well, this person got. No, we're not going to do that. I'm talking about the aggregate. The aggregate of a Black female, a dark skin, our lives are hell. So when I say, I am so glad that you, Jeffrey Epstein, did not bring more hell and trauma to Black and dark-skinned women. Thank you. I want to say thank you for that. I am not offended. Let me be clear. Because some people are very ignorant, and they'll come up on here saying, oh, you mad because da-da-da-da. What the hell would I be mad about that for? Let me be clear. I am not offended. I'm actually thanking this man for Darkism in this instance. I am actually thanking this man for practicing Darkism. Thank you, Jeffrey Epstein, for your practice of Darkism. It is much appreciated in this instance. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and more thank you. In fact, I can't thank you enough. And I pray and I hope that the victims get justice. To those of you that want to support me in my legal battle, I ask that you would please go to my Cash App, $Rashida and make a donation, because I am in a legal battle against a person that has incited violence, stalking, death threats, and harassment against me. And I'm asking you to please go and make a donation. Once again, my Cash App is $rashidalala. You can also go to my PayPal, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Once again, icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Yes, please support me. The time is getting near because I have a court date that's coming up next month, and I have to pay my legal fees. And I ask that you guys will support me. It's 10 times harder to get support when you're a Black woman, when you are a dark-skinned Black. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. It's difficult. I think in a lot of cases, it's difficult for women in general. You know, that's how it is, unfortunately. Women, we do get discriminated against, but just imagine the discrimination if women in general are getting discriminated against. I want y'all to just take a minute to imagine how bad it is for a dark-skinned woman. It's 10 times worse. That's why I said I had to say that I am actually thankful that this man did not or did practice Darkism, so that our struggles and our lives are not being made even worse. Thank y'all for watching. Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist.